Thank you, guys. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. So generally, I take at least 15 minutes to warm up. I don't know how I'm going to do this in 15 minutes. Um, yeah, well, I'm actually influenced by John Lewis' story thinking, really, very much. I'll try to tell my story about data, the challenges I have faced working in the companies for a number of years, and see if there is a way to make working with data simple. To demonstrate that, I'm going to use CrateDB as a prism, or I try to use a CrateDB as a tool to kind of address those challenges I personally encountered in the banks. That's where I primarily worked. So when we talk about real-time analytics, right, I want to take a step back here. Applications like they use intelligence. They have to use intelligence. Today's customers, they want real-time insights, obviously. They do not want to see something happen a few days back or a few years back. They want to see real-time information. So we cannot deny the fact that intelligence is crucial for building any type of applications today, whether it is predictive analytics-based applications or generative AI. We need to have that intelligence built into applications. When we think about intelligence, right, building applications with intelligence, you think about 2 or 3 futures, right? Every application has to use analytics to give that insights, or search is another thing, and AI. In the current day and time, you extend it out to generative AI, right? So fundamental concept or a fundamental driver for all these features is data. Data is at the front and center. Data is a foundation, right? So data is not the problem in most cases. Many organizations, they have enormous amount of data that they have accumulated over a period of time, right? So the challenge to me is data is stuck in a number of silo systems, right? The data is spread across the different systems. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. That is something we need to handle. And like myself, you work in the industry, you know how much of money or time you spend in consolidating data and making some sense out of the data. So today, I'm going to talk about is there a way to actually make working with the data simpler, like I said. My name is Shiva Pullepu. I'm a VP, like introduction, she mentioned, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. I spend a lot of time working at the banks. Everything I say and do, I think through financial services industry. So data security, privacy, compliance, consent, and all those things matter a lot to me. So speaking about data, right? Data is one thing, and having real-time data is another key important factor in making any applications intelligent, right? For example, on this side, imagine a big shopping mall with thousands of cameras trying to provide some sort of surveillance to detect fraud prevention as it happens. What if those cameras are giving you data, yesterday's data, not real-time data? So the right-hand side is what you see when you do not have a real-time data, right? And they may not be able to prevent a fraud. That may be true for what I'm showing here on this slide, and also something similar may happen in the card fraud, right? If you do not prevent the fraud as it happens, you may actually incur a lot of financial losses. So if you think for a second, what kind of technical challenges actually create this type of an issue, right? Because real-time data is just a surface problem, right? It's not the actual problem. The actual problem is below the outcome, right? The technology is mostly is a challenge there. So you have more data, right? I mean, you have these many sensors and APIs, blah, blah, blah. The data is streaming from everywhere. And we are in a sort of an API economy, right? The too voluminous amount of data is one challenge. Multiple data formats. In today's world, like you have structured, unstructured, semi-structured, and also you have vector data, right? The different forms and shapes of data, handling the data centrally from one single place is not that easy. And also we are talking about emerging trends such as generative AI, large language models. Like every weekend you see a different large language model, right? How do you cope up with these emerging trends in the industry? That is another challenge. So these challenges, they create some sort of a business impact. In my opinion, the business impacts are cost is one thing. Cost to manage the software is a big challenge because most of the banks, they use spaghetti technology set or technology sprawl, and spending a time in a lot of time is required both on the licensing side and also creating a central data set to power these real-time and generative AI type systems. Cost is a challenge and a slow time to market because they spend a lot of time in aggregating data that actually slow down their time to market. So when you think about imagine like you have a solution in place that provides you this comprehensive view of your customer or a trade in one single place, right? That you could actually use to power your intelligent applications as well as models, generative AI, and predictive as well. The benefits are enormous. As I showed you on the slide, time to data suddenly is actually it shrinks down a lot, and it pretty much you come down to real time. I mean, I know time is a relative thing. When you speak about relative, maybe when it comes to CrateDB, it is milliseconds. The performance of CrateDB, we have seen, ran some benchmarking tests, runs billions of transactions that you can do in a few sub-seconds. Time to insights, the platform is phenomenal. I'm going to talk about that in a second. It is actually built to do analytics very easily, meaning all those rudimentary analytic features that you expect in a software solution are built or comes natively with the CrateDB software. And time to value, obviously, because now you can actually ship your products quickly to the market, and you actually take your product out to the market before your competitor does that. So there is a competitive advantage there. So this is a very high-level architecture of a CrateDB, where think about all these different shapes of data I was previously saying. There's one bottleneck in creating these comprehensive views. Imagine a platform having all these connectors to ingest these types of data, time series data, geospatial data. It's pretty much a multimodal. This also incorporates a recent emerging trend and its associated need, which is a vector data. All the data, you can actually keep it in one single location, both relational and also operational, historical, and vector data, one single place. And the openness. I mean, you collect the data, which is good, and you collect and consolidate through this unified data layer, which is sitting on top of your existing infrastructure, primarily SQL, Oracle, Sybase, you name it. You can create this layer on top of a legacy systems. You're not going to throw away anything, but you create this new one. And then once you have that, the next question is how do you share the data? How do you share, or how do you expose this unified data layer through these APIs, right? And this platform supports that native SQL capability, and also you can expose any data set in CrateDB as an endpoint to be able to securely share that with any type of consumers or clients. Like I said, any type of clients that you wanted to power this data with. Now, what sets a CrateDB apart? CrateDB is to me, it's a distributed SQL platform, comes with the document flexibility. I worked on a number of database platforms, including MongoDB. I worked there for almost 3 years. And I worked on Oracle, Sybase, SQL in my career. I have not seen one platform that comes with both the SQL capabilities, meaning relational with the document flexibility in one place, right? CrateDB provides the best of both worlds. In terms of a data modeling, it is pretty straightforward. And the data persistence, right? One beautiful thing is it persists the data in a columnar fashion. So some of you may know, to achieve a best performance, when you think about analytics, the data has to be stored in a columnar fashion. Like SAP HANA is known for analytics because the data is stored in a columnar fashion. It's very easy to query. Like I said previously, billions of records, you can actually run a complex T-SQL in a sub-milliseconds. I have tried that and I tested that. And it's a real-time indexing. The data, as you ingest the data, previously I showed you all these connectors, they kind of pump the data into this central, and you can index the data in real time, and fully distributed, like I said. And the most important thing is it is a PostgreSQL compatible, right? And PostgreSQL is one of my favorite database, open source database implementation. It's a PostgreSQL compatible. And most importantly, you can run this software anywhere. You can run it on any cloud, hyperscaler of your choice, and also you can run on-prem, on edge as well. And this is not me saying it. Most of our customers, they come to us and they actually find CrateDB super helpful. Like I showed you on this slide, some of our customers, I'm not going to go through the complete list here, they have achieved a tremendous amount of cost savings and operational efficiency, and also in the scalability. It is the cloud solution especially is auto scale. You don't need to do any special configuration. It's just a click of a button. You can scale automatically as the business growth increases. So there are other customer stories I want to go through, but I'm running out of time here. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be around today and tomorrow. Please stop by our booth, and I'm more than happy to take your questions. And in summary, working with the data can be better. There are a number of modern technology platforms. CrateDB is one of those unique database software solution, makes your life very easy in that it is rightly positioned to accommodate any type of AI and generative workloads that you see today, because you can actually get all that transactional, historical, operational, and vector data in one single place. You can collocate them in one single database. That makes your life very easy. Thank you so much, guys.